30 lucky school districts nationwide took part in a NASA Earth Day video conference last week. North Bergen 5th and 7th grade STEAM Academy students were among the participants, with students submitting pre recorded questions to the Kennedy Space Center.
Sound question, so it's about the environment, how can we protect our environment and basically save the Earth that we're on right now.
Why is it important that the district be involved in something like this? I believe it was last year, you had a live communication with the space station with some of the higher grade levels.
So the importance of this, of course, is we are continuing making contacts throughout other agencies with our students to get them interested and involved in a variety of different aspects. In this case now we're focusing on the environment, which is the same thing that the New Jersey school districts around the state are concerned about, in climate change, and we just think that this is a great opportunity for our youngest students to learn and possibly get exposed to.
Because these are actual scientists and experts who are at the top of their fields, who are taking the time to encourage young people to get into these fields. But us, by creating these pathways and directly to NASA, will encourage students to actually follow their wants, what they want to do in science, and know that there are people out there doing it.
NASA studies the Earth as if it were an exoplanet.
So when we finally leave the Earth or start colonizing out, as is the priority of so many of the scientists and leadership of our country, certainly, and I'm sure other countries, that we have our own planet to have a base of understanding, and that Earth science is not something to it's not something just to fit into a curriculum, but it is very important all on its own. And I think the kids learned that today.
Hi, my name is and my question is, how will climate change affect the future, and how will NASA plan to help?
Yes! What was the question that you submitted that they actually used in the conference just now?
Well, my question was, how is climate change going to affect Earth in the future, and how will NASA plan to help?
What led you to ask that particular question, and were you able to hear their response?
Well, I didn't hear the response that much from a lot of noise, but the question really made to me because I remember a lot about climate change and how it is affecting the Earth, and it's getting hotter, getting colder, and a lot of stuff is happening to the Earth now.
We've had NASA here to do professional development for teachers over the course of a whole year. We had a NASA astronaut talk to our kids earlier this year in September for Hispanic Heritage Month. Our children have talked to NASA psychologists on how they work with and what it takes to be an astronaut that may leave and never come back to Earth. And they work with them all the time. There are so many opportunities. And that's one thing about experiential learning that's really important, is that when students go to school, when they do well in school, when they have experiences in the school environment, so to speak, that's wonderful. But to have experiences out in the world at a young or younger age, even through high school, it plants those ideas for students to say, yes, I can do this. I can be that person. I can work with wetlands, or I can work with forestry, or I could work with climate and air or water quality.
North Bergen's commitment to opening up the world to its students is unending. Opportunities are endless. That's the basis for the STEAM and STEM academies. At North Bergen High School for Hudson TV, I'm Jeff Hennig.